Okay, let's be real for a second. Money. It's probably one of the most stressful topics for, well, almost all of us. Talking about it with family, with our partners, even just thinking about it by ourselves can be tough. But what if there was a way to turn all that stress into a real, actionable strategy? Well, that's exactly what we're going to do. Let's dive into a master plan for your financial freedom.
I mean, if you just felt that little knot in your stomach when I said that, you are definitely not alone. So many people are stuck in this cycle of just trying to survive when what we all really want is to thrive. We make budgets, we think about investing, but somehow we still feel like we're on a treadmill, and that real financial freedom is just always out of reach.
But here's the good news. It really doesn't have to feel that way. We're about to break down 4 super powerful ideas, all pulled from some of the sharpest financial thinkers out there, to give you a clear, straightforward path forward. All right, first things first, we have to completely redefine what we're aiming for. According to entrepreneur and Professor Scott Galloway, most of us are basically chasing the wrong thing. We think we want to be rich, but the real goal, the thing that actually changes your life, is being wealthy. And this slide right here just nails the difference. See, being rich is all about the stuff you can see, the big paycheck, the fancy car, that master of the universe vibe, but it's usually tied to a super high burn rate, spending money just as fast as it comes in, and frankly, a ton of stress. Wealth, though, that's the stuff you can't see. It's that quiet, unshakable economic security that lets you sleep peacefully at night. So it really all comes down to this one simple but totally game-changing equation. You are officially wealthy when your passive income, that's money you make from your assets, not from trading your time, is greater than your burn, which is just a fancy word for your total monthly expenses. When your money is working for you harder than you are working for it, yeah, that's the magic number. Galloway tells this amazing story that makes it so clear. He talks about his 94-year-old dad. His dad brings in about $52,000 a year from a pension and some laundromats he owns, but he only spends $48,000. He is wealthy. Meanwhile, Galloway has a friend, a big-shot M&A banker making millions a year, who spends every penny and has sleepless nights worrying about money. That friend is rich, for sure, but he is not wealthy. And look, at the end of the day, this isn't about just piling up cash for the sake of it. It's about buying back your own peace of mind. When you achieve wealth, you free yourself from that constant low-level hum of economic anxiety, and that lets you focus on the things that actually matter: your health, your passions, and the people you love. So now that we know our real goal, we have to tackle this second pillar. Because before you can take a single practical step, you have to win the battle going on in your own mind. The stories we tell ourselves about money can either be our biggest roadblock or our greatest launch pad. As author Lewis Howes says, our beliefs are basically the command center for our actions. It's so true, right? If you believe deep down that money is scarce and hard to get, you're going to act in ways that make that your reality. If you believe people with money are somehow bad, you will unconsciously sabotage yourself so you never become one of them. So seriously, take a quick second, ask yourself, what is my money story? For someone like Jay Shetty, he grew up believing that to be a good spiritual person, you had to not have money. And that single story kept him broke for years, even when he was making content that hundreds of millions of people were watching. And this is really the two sides of the coin. On the one hand, you've got that scarcity mindset. It sees life as a zero-sum game. If you get a piece of the pie, that means there's less for me. It hoards everything and is always focused on what's missing. But on the other side, you've got the abundance mindset. And this is the absolute cornerstone of wealth. It's the belief that there's more than enough to go around, and it's built on generosity, gratitude, and seeing opportunity everywhere. Want to start rewiring your brain for abundance? Here's a super simple but really profound practice from author Ken Honda. When money comes in, doesn't matter if it's your paycheck or a penny you find on the ground, just pause for a second and say, "Thank you." And then, when you pay a bill, do the exact same thing. Thank the money for giving you electricity or internet. It's a small shift, but it creates this incredible, positive, grateful energy around your entire financial life. Okay, so we've got our goals straight, and we've started to work on our mindset. Now, let's get into a really cool, innovative strategy from investor Cody Sanchez that turns that positive mindset into real value. Because you don't always need cash to build wealth. In fact, your most valuable capital might be the skills you already have. Just think about what you're good at. Maybe you're a marketing wizard or a genius at making things more efficient, or you're just amazing with people. These aren't just bullet points for your resume. These are serious assets that other businesses are desperate for. This is what's called expertise to equity. So instead of just getting a paycheck for your work, you trade your skills for a piece of the company itself. You get to be an owner, not just an employee, all without investing a single dollar of your own cash. And here's how you can actually do it. It's a simple 3-step pitch. First, find the pain. Look for a small business that's struggling with something you're amazing at. Let's say their social media marketing is a total mess. Second, you offer the solution. You go to the owner and say, I can fix this. And third, you negotiate for equity. You say, look, instead of you paying me a big fee, just give me a percentage of the new business I bring in. For them, it's a no-brainer because there's no upfront cost, and for you, the upside is literally unlimited. So, we've got our goal, our mindset, and a powerful way to build ownership. This last pillar is what ties it all together. It's the simple, straightforward math that makes building wealth not just some far-off dream, but an actual, inevitable outcome.
And here it is, the formula for wealth. It's so simple. You start with your income, all the money you earn. Then you subtract your expenses, all the money you spend. Whatever is left over, that's your golden margin. And you split that margin into 2 crucial buckets: savings for your emergency fund and investments, the money that you're going to put to work to build real long-term wealth.
Now, I know what a lot of people are thinking when they see that. I don't have enough left over to invest. You need thousands of dollars for that. But what if I told you all it takes to start is this? Yep, that's right. With the way brokerages work today, you can start becoming an owner in the world's greatest companies with as little as $10. Seriously, the amount you start with is so much less important than the simple act of just getting started. Look, the real secret here isn't trying to be some genius stock-picking guru. It's just being consistent. History has shown again and again that time in the market always beats trying to time the market. So make it easy on yourself. Pay yourself first by setting up an automatic transfer on payday. Put that money into a simple, diversified fund like an S&P 500 ETF and just do it every single month, no matter what the market is doing. That discipline, over the long haul, is how fortunes are built. So, as you can see, the path forward is actually pretty clear. It's not about some get-rich-quick nonsense. It's all about making small, smart choices and then repeating them consistently over time. So here it is, your whole toolkit. Let's recap. 1. Aim for wealth, not riches. Focus on getting your passive income to cover your life. 2. You gotta master an abundance mindset that's built on gratitude. 3. Use your amazing skills to get ownership, to get equity. And 4. Follow that simple wealth formula and just be consistent. You've got this strategy now. The path to wealth doesn't start with some huge lottery win. It starts with a shift in your mindset and one single action. So let's bring it right back to the beginning. Thinking about that idea of abundance, what is one small, generous action you can take for yourself or maybe for someone else that you can do today to start your journey to real financial freedom?